Alright everybody, Stocks by the Numbers, welcome back. Doing another quick video here. Wanted to just talk about HydroGraph Clean Power again. This is the speculative OTC stock that we were looking at from all the way back at like 8, 9, 10 cents. Obviously the stock has done very well, almost ran up to 30 cents, and has been holding up pretty well actually over the last couple of weeks when compared to a lot of other names. But you can see this was our resistance trend line here coming down like so many other stocks, and mid-April we got back above that and looks like almost potentially an ascending triangle forming, right? So we could potentially be, ready to break up and out again and potentially retest these highs back above 28 cents. Long term, I think the stock is going to do very well. Obviously, if you're involved and you've been paying attention to the updates we've been doing over the months, then obviously you're very excited. I had some people comment and message me and say that, they took profits up here and they made, 100%, 170% returns. Then they're selling, they're seeing it sell off and they're looking to re-enter for the longer term. So a lot of people doing well in the short and long term with this, but we had some news hit today, and in my opinion, again, I say just like we saw with MBOT to start the year, I think in my opinion 2025 is going to be the breakout year for HydroGraph. And as we see here, HydroGraph announced a strategic relationship and new Texas production facility. Announced two major growth milestones today: strategic relationship with a leading North American industrial gas supplier and the initiation of the first stages of planning for a new production facility in Texas, which has been outlined in a letter of intent signed about a week ago. These developments mark a significant inflection point in HydroGraph's expansion strategy, with the global graphene market projected to grow 19.3% annually through 2033. Think about that. HydroGraph is well positioned to meet accelerating demand across sectors including coatings, composites, lubricants, energy storage, and more. Under the newly signed letter of intent, the gas supplier is expected to provide HydroGraph with access to its high-purity acetylene, a critical feedstock for the company's patented detonation synthesis process. This continuous high-quality supply enables increased production volumes without compromising HydroGraph's industry-leading product consistency. Quote, "To produce the world's best graphene, we need the world's best inputs." CEO. This relationship can provide us with large volumes of high-purity acetylene, an essential step in scaling production while maintaining the exceptional purity our customers rely on. The letter of intent also sets the stage for the planning of HydroGraph's new Texas-based production facility. The site will be designed to initially house 15 of HydroGraph's next-generation Hyperion reactors with capacity to produce over 350 metric tons of graphene annually. It's a lot more than we may think it is. The facility will scale in step with customer demand. Quote, "The planning of this new facility is a cornerstone of our growth strategy. It will significantly expand our manufacturing capabilities and enhance our ability to deliver on commercial commitments across a growing customer base." This announcement follows several key milestones for HydroGraph, including the ISO certification, the launch of a new line of advanced graphene dispersions with NEI Corporation, and recent testing that demonstrated strong performance benefits, which we spoke about in the last update, of its fractal graphene as an additive in polyurethane coatings. Again, it was more durable, right? Increased the scratch resistance of the coatings, was a little bit more resilient to UV exposure, right? So again, we were constantly getting these updates from this company, from these tests being done. And again, we looked at cement, concrete, right? We're talking about polyurethane. So that's why I also was very, very pumped about this situation, because of course yours truly found it, right? So got to give credit where credit's due. But more importantly, it's the type of situation that is found. And in my opinion, I mean, again, we're talking game changer. That's why I titled the videos Speculative Potential Game Changer. This is, again, beyond the situation where, oh, we might double and triple over, 6 months, 12 months, so I'm going to buy this stock. No, this is potential game changer. People already excited talking about, again, the potential listing on the NASDAQ or something down the road. Of course, that's going to help it explode in value. And the idea, the goal, of course, when you get listed on a major exchange is the fact that now you're exposed to the funds, right? The mutual funds, the hedge funds. That's why that's kind of the goal, right? But obviously that's going to come in due time. But I did want to point out that it has been holding up pretty well. We had that news come out and it looks like a potential ascending triangle may be forming. So we might see it run back up to 28 cents. We may get another positive update. And again, market cap 50 million. It's a drop in the bucket. We'll look on stock charts real quick. RSI on the daily, 54.5. Ran right up here to the top Bollinger Band, 20 cents basically, hanging out. Got the 50-day moving average at 21 cents, which again is all of these tops here. So you might see a retest back there. And if we do happen to climb up and then reject immediately, again, that would be fine because it would technically be staying in our ascending triangle pattern, right? But what you'd want to see, of course, is the higher low, right? You'd want to see, if we go up, you'd want to see it come down, but you want to see that tightening start. And then, boom, you prepare for the break up and break out. But you can see, I mean, just look at this. Even going back, the last 6 months here, October, stock down here, 8-9 cents and change. Runs up to almost 30. Still holding 20, right? Pretty stable performance for a speculative, OTC gamble penny stock. I will say that. And again, it's because we're seeing nothing but positive updates, positive data coming out from these trials, these test runs, right, with all these companies. Everyone's crunching the numbers, and they're seeing, again, it's more durable when it's put in the cement and the concrete. We use it in a coating, again, it's more resilient to the UV rays. It's more scratch resistant. I mean, again, that's why I say, in my mind, this pristine graphene, I mean, the adaptation of it across all of these industries, all of these sectors, I mean, this could really be game changing if this goes according to plan and grows as I'm expecting over the years. Again, any of you, regardless of what you have, even if it's a couple of hundred shares, I know people have, tens of thousands of shares that are in the Discord and whatnot, but I really think that if you're involved at almost any level, it could really pay off bigly down the road. But yeah, look for that jump back up to 21 cents and the tightening, or the potential premature breakout as well. MACD recently crossed to the upside about 2 weeks ago, right? That's when we got back above the resistance trend line, basically. And we've been holding since then. Let's look at weekly. RSI on the weekly about 55, right? So we're not overextended. We came down. We're bouncing nicely, holding that middle of the road. Looks like it's climbing up and kind of consistently retesting and holding that mid-Bollinger Band as well. And we can see mid-Bollinger Band on the weekly, 19.5 cents, which is basically right where the stock is. That 50-day moving average moving up nicely. You can see over about the last 12 months, 50-day was down here at 7.5 cents. Now it's at 14.5 cents. So your 50-day moving average, which again is now like your new support level, is essentially up, 100% over the last 12 months, which is very good to see. We were really moving with a lot of volatility. You can see on the ups and downs, right? So we had the trumpeting of our Bollinger Bands like we spoke about. And then as the stock consolidates and quiets down, you can see we're curling and we're coming back. We're curling on the top as well. But the bottom Bollinger Band, look at that coming up. Even going back here 6-7 months ago, you can see bottom Bollinger Band down at 7 cents, 6 cents on the weekly. Now we curled back up and we're climbing up to the moving average, creating that new support level, sitting here at 12.6 cents now. And probably over the next couple of weeks, you're going to see it get up to 14-15 cents, as long as the stock doesn't drop back down there. But top Bollinger Band on the weekly, we'll call it 26.5 cents. So that could be the potential pop-up. Again, 26.5. Yeah, that'd be like almost like right around those tops. See right there, I'm at like 26.6. And of course, the recent high was, yeah, 28.4, 28.5. In my opinion, again, I do think it gets back there soon. I do think it gets back there soon, even over the next couple of weeks. Again, someone speaking positively about it, more data coming out about another trial or something. I mean, it's just been consistently positive. And again, not trying to jinx it, but looks like we're definitely heading down a phenomenal path here. MACD crossed to the downside back mid-March. And you can see we dropped hard, and now we're potentially flattening and preparing the curl to come back up now over the long term, right? And you can see also, we made our high, we dropped down, then we made our higher high, we're dropping down, potentially curling, making our higher low, right? Which would trend us back up here to make a higher high. So that's why, again, might not happen tomorrow, but it looks like maybe over the next couple of weeks, next couple of months, we really should pop up and start running up and breaking out again, in my opinion. Check the pivot points real quick. We can see we have resistance here at 22 cents, right? We've been flattening here recently around 21 cents, so we could potentially see again. We had the 50-day moving average on the daily at 21 cents, right? We're topping here at 21 cents, and then we're going to hopefully pop up here, get to 22, and break right up to 26. See how they look on the daily. Again, we have a pivot point right here at 21 cents, essentially where our tops are right here over the last couple of weeks. And we could also see we have our moving average here as well at about 21 cents. So we're going to have to come up and test. But again, even if we reject here, you want to see the tightening. You want to see the higher low and try to confirm that bullish pattern, the ascending triangle. And then boom, we have a breakup. Again, on the weekly, we were seeing resistance at 26. You can see here on the daily resistance of 27. And again, if we pop straight up to this trend line, we're looking at about 28. So we have, if we do run to 28 here, even in the short term, even if you're looking to trade it, right? I mean, you're looking at about 40% potentially, give or take. So even as a trader, that could potentially be something you might want to keep an eye on, even if you're not looking to lock it up for the next 2-3 years, right? This could still be something where we come up, we drop down to like 18 maybe, you take a position, it starts to tighten, boom, you see a pop up to like 26 or something, and you could be in and out. You could play it like that also if you'd like, if the pattern obviously plays out. But yeah, long term, again, you guys know how I feel. I mean, I think this whole company could be massive. Could be massive. And the fact, again, they're building out a facility in Texas, and they're able, as they said, to scale it with customer demand, 350 metric tons of graphene a year. So should be more than enough, I'd say, at least hopefully for the next year or two. And as the orders come in, we're just going to keep chunking it up and up and up. And hopefully it'll get trending, and social media could potentially take a hold of it, and sky's the limit, in my opinion. And again, all of you who are really excited about this run up, and the fact you might still be up 100% and you love it, just remember too, in my opinion, nothing even happened yet. Nothing really happened yet. So just imagine when things actually begin to happen. But HydroGraph closing 19.5 cents a share, up over 11% here on the day, holding up a lot better than a lot of other stocks, even though in theory it shouldn't. But really good update there. So that's all I wanted to talk about. So I'll end it there. I'm mumbling today. But once again, Stocks by the Numbers, I want to thank you for stopping by. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, drop it down in the comments section. I'm usually pretty quick to reply. Thumbs up algorithm helps me get more eyes on the channel. And of course, subscribe to the channel. That is our handshake agreement. That is how you help me help you. But more importantly, moving forward, like I always say, I understand markets are rocky, volatile, and uncertain. So I want to wish all of you success. I hope everyone makes a couple of dollars. Thank you for your time. Have a good day.